Welcome everyone. Today we're going to play some additional games with my Purple Recycler list. I previously made a full deck guide to this deck, which goes through every card choice in detail and discusses mulligan strategies, stuff like that. I'm going to include a link in the description to that video. Here's the deck list on the right in case you want to just quickly copy it. Alright, let's jump into the games. Okay, let's see what we got in the mulligan. And so just a reminder for this deck, we really want to be looking for penguins to play at the beginning. All right, so we've got a purple penguin wizard into a BrainyPenguin, so that's pretty good. All right, so Chase Your Dreams, we should probably keep that because that actually works really, really well with BrainyPenguin. And Overwhelm with Knowledge, if we play it, it basically doesn't accomplish anything. So we might as well just get rid of it to try to find something better. And then PenguinWhoRunstheLift, I think we get rid of that as well, just because we would really like a PenguinWhoosOK. Actually, you know what? I'm always running out of Pudge in this deck, so let's keep that. So I think this is actually a good start. So we're going for a bit of a slower start, keeping PenguinWhoRunstheLift, but I think that's actually not bad to try to start setting up a turn 4 where we're going to have 2/2 drops basically. So let's see. All right, so this is also really good. So I think HaveaPhilosophicalDebate is the card that we will not really need this early in the game. So although it is our only piece of removal, so if it's a blue deck, you know, to take care of a PenguinWhoosOK, it might be necessary. But let's get rid of it now and just because it's also like we're only going to have 2 cards into our ice, so it wouldn't even be able to get an ascending penguin. And of those 2 cards, actually one's going to be Chase Your Dreams, which is going to leave our ice. So I really think that in this early game, the HaveaPhilosophicalDebate is not so necessary. So let's see. Okay, so we're going to play the Penguin Wizard. The really nice thing about Wizard into BrainyPenguin is then we have 3 Pudge on turn 3. And before I was going to play Chase Your Dreams, that's discarded, but now we'll probably play Change Perspective. The other thing to think about with BrainyPenguin is you basically end up cycling the whole hand anyway. All right, so it's some sort of blue deck. So we're in general pretty strong against blue just because we have so much stuff. So HaveaPhilosophicalDebate is very, very good against blue. So we'll try to probably get that card back at some point. All right. So with BrainyPenguin, we're going to get rid of 2 cards. So I think ultimately, yeah, I think the wizard can become the rod because I'd rather have a PenguinWhoRunstheLift for the late game. And so when this gets into our ice and then back with Bunkus, you know, the rods, it's 1 step closer to coming back into the deck if I discard with BrainyPenguin. And the wizard, while really strong in the early game, will be in the late game. We really want the beefy PenguinWhoRunstheLift. So I think our next turn is pretty good no matter what we draw. I mean, obviously, I would like to get another Chase Your Dream or something else that BrainyPenguin wants to discard. But also the PenguinWhoRunstheLift. Okay, so that's definitely not ideal because we lose our Chase Your Dreams target. Okay, so now the PenguinWhoRunstheLift is more important because we need to get to 3 purple Pudge. So the second wizard might have been nice here. But okay, so I think now maybe I would want to get rid of whatever card I get off the top. So I think that's an interesting question. So let's see what we draw. Yeah, because if we draw something, well, maybe we would even play this slower, like just play the PenguinWhoRunstheLift this turn and then BrainyPenguin next turn and not play a rod even. Yeah, so if we draw something we really want to not discard, we could do that. We could also get rid of, play ChangePerspective as a rod and just say we're not going to actually get to playing it. Okay, another PenguinWhoRunstheLift. So I think we'll actually just play this slower. I think we'll just play a PenguinWhoRunstheLift. Not play a rod, because we really aren't, we don't need that many rods in this deck. And I think we have BrainyPenguin next turn. And then the turn after that, you know, maybe we'll have 2 2/2 drops. So yeah, so I think playing it a little slower makes sense here. There's really no benefit to getting the BrainyPenguin played now. And there's always, like, the longer we wait with the BrainyPenguin, the higher chance there's going to be that we draw a what's it called? A penguin who the penguin who's okay, because that with the BrainyPenguin is super strong. I'm also curious to see more from their deck, because a blue deck playing GotEm is kind of not something I usually see. So is it maybe some sort of yeah, so that's interesting. So we'll see more, but again, you can put GotEm in every deck. I generally start, okay, so now Penguin with Hoops. So this is definitely some sort of deck that's trying to draw quickly through it, probably trying to ice my entire deck. All right, so Adventure Squad. I almost think like I'm just going to play another Penguin Who Runs the Lift and pass. Like now, because when I play the BrainyPenguin, then I'll have the 3 Pudge available. And the only reason I guess maybe not to, like, not playing a Rod does have, okay, do I want Adventure Squad? I don't think so, because honestly, I actually want to draw cards. So I think this is one of my big issues with Penguin with Hoops, is there's a lot of decks that just really need a lot of cards, and there's not a lot of card draw in the game. So if you just draw cards for your opponent, it's like the benefit is symmetrical. So you really need your deck to benefit more from drawing cards than your opponent's deck. All right, so let's see. I'm assuming this is going to do me. All right. Ooh, CookingPenguin. So that's interesting. So yeah, so I think we need to definitely start playing a Rod a turn. We did get a MegaPenguin. And so MegaPenguin is that going to be good in this matchup? Maybe, because it can really get us another HaveaPhilosophicalDebate. All right, so I think OverwhelmWithKnowledge is definitely a good Rod, just because we're not going to actually need well, no, okay, so this should actually, no, OverwhelmWithKnowledge should go with BrainyPenguin, because this is actually useful in the ice. So then we definitely want to keep Adventure Squad. I'm partial to keeping the MegaPenguin because it'll be useful. So I think ChangePerspective actually is the card. So again, all right, so now we'll play this, get rid of ChaseYourDreams and OverwhelmWithKnowledge. Okay, so we got, so yeah, so I guess the reason I kept ChangePerspective was because card draw is really important for this deck. However, now that I see that it's a blue and they have Penguin with Hoops, I'm less needing to actually focus on the card draw. So really the primary focus right now is going to be all about what can I do to make sure that my ice stays under control. And so HaveaPhilosophicalDebate is going to be very useful for that. And that's why the PurpleMegaPenguin is good. All right, so they played Penguin with Hoops. So I will play ChaseYourDreams in response. And the reason I'm doing that in response is potentially, let's say with Penguin with Hoops, they got a Spring a Leak. Then they could use a Spring a Leak on the ChaseYourDreams. But by doing it in this order, it gives them one less card to respond with. All right, so now we're talking. Now we have a GotEm and a Penguin who's okay. So I guess the only thing with the Penguin who's okay is I don't know if I really need to be icing my own deck right now. So just because of the matchup. But GotEm will be nice. I could take out the Wizard Penguin. Although I probably want to save it for a Penguin who's okay or a Bottle Penguin. Just because, like I said, it's very difficult to prevent other decks from getting the Pudge they need over a long game. Because eventually they will draw the minions. So, okay, so we're thinking about the MegaPenguin. So we need, yeah, and the MegaPenguin will definitely HaveaPhilosophicalDebate to probably take out the Cannonball. Or maybe Mischief. Or Mischief. Because Mischief is generally played in this type of deck. So we still have 34 cards in our deck. We have 2 Bunkus in here. We don't want the Bunkus to sit in the ice, because then it can get taken by Misplace, or taken by Jealous Penguin, or Misplace can be used. Okay, so we'll definitely use the GotEm. I think we'll use the BrainyPenguin again, just because we do have the ChaseYourDreams, and we'll do the OverwhelmWithKnowledge. Oh no, let's do the PenguinWhoosOK, because I just don't see a world where that matters at all in this game. Oh, good. ProsperousPenguin. All right, so this is really good. All right, so we have very close to infinite Pudge. So we can play ChaseYourDreams again this turn, and we can also play the first half of OverwhelmWithKnowledge. So let's do both of those in response. Again, the reason I'm doing it like this is to stop Spring a Leak. All right, so we're going to be drawing a ridiculous amount of cards, and which is not a problem at all. That's actually what this deck wants to do. But that also means we don't really need to use our OverwhelmWithKnowledge to remove our rods. And next turn, okay, so we have ProsperousPenguin, which is nice. So we can do like Moonlit and Phosphorus together, and then we can okay, we can do that twice in a row actually. So we're gonna play Have a Philosophical Debate lots and lots of times. All right, so let's see. What are they even gonna get? Yeah, so they will get a ChaseYourDreams or an AdventureSquad from my hand. But I have 3 AdventureSquads, so losing one doesn't really matter. I do think this is, I guess, one of the weaknesses of Keep Digging. And so this is, I've been debating a lot about if Keep Digging is a good card in some sort of like blue, like mid-rangey blue control type deck. And this is a perfect example of where it doesn't really matter. Like, I have so many more cards in hand, so him doing that, or my opponent doing that, just does not help them. All right, so I think we're good for now. Let's check. Okay, 10 cards. So we need to start taking control of the board. So I think this is the turn where I want to transition from drawing cards to removing things. Okay, and we have Bunkus. So the goal is going to be to play Bunkus right around when we're before 15 cards, but somewhere around there. And the reason 15 is a break point for Spring a Leak, not Spring a Leak, for what's it called? For Send It Too Hard. All right, Popcorn Penguin. So that's what we're going to be removing this turn. All right, and they're going actually for the win because they're at 14. So we definitely need to get more serious. All right, so we play ProsperousPenguin. We'll take the debate, and then we're going to also. All right, so what can we play as a rod? I think ChaseYourDreams can go as a rod. I don't really see a world where we need to draw more, but if we do, we can pull it with OverwhelmWithKnowledge anyway. And so do we want to start winning the vibe check? I think we should, because we have so many cards in our hand. So let's play Moonlit. No, let's play PenguinWhoRunstheLift, because this turn they're going to activate. This is going to be the last turn where they activate. So because we're going to play Have a Philosophical Debate. So yeah, so I think it'll be good to win a vibe check, just because getting more rods will be good at this point. So yeah, so we'll get rid of the Popcorn Penguin for sure. The question is, do we play the second one of these? And they might actually have Spring a Leak. So I think we want to definitely play 2 removal spells. Although maybe I will do an AdventureSquad as the second removal spell and take out maybe the Cannonball Penguin, or should I be taking out because I'm going to win this vibe check, and then I can play the Moonlit in order to just keep winning the vibe check. Although maybe I'll play the Mega Penguin. If I win the vibe check, I'll have 7, so I can actually play both. Although I'll probably want to play ProsperousPenguin just to keep the removal train going. Although maybe I don't even have that many cards in my ice. So I think that's the other thing to think about, which is I'm going to Have a Philosophical Debate 4 more times, right? Once from the ice this turn, once from my hand, once with PurpleMegaPenguin, and once with the other ProsperousPenguin. So I don't think I even have enough Pudge or enough cards in my ice. But anyway, let's start here. Do this, get rid of the popcorn. and we will pay these two. So yeah, when GotEm takes care of this penguin, we will we'll use it for Pudge so that we still get the Pudge. Did we have a GotEm? Yeah, we have a GotEm. So we could use the GotEm as well this turn. I like using the debate on the popcorn penguin because it has 4 fish classed. All right, so now I think, okay, so now we'll do another removal. I think we'll do an adventure squad this time. Well, no. Yeah, because if we do the adventure squad, yeah, because ideally, because he might now spring a leak. And then the popcorn penguin will survive, but we have GotEm for that situation. So I think we'll do this. We'll choose, wait, so which one is this getting? That one's getting that one, that one's getting that one. Okay, so we'll use this penguin. And we're going to take out the cannonball. And so now, if he springs a leak this, then I'll still have GotEm for the popcorn penguin. So let's see how this resolves. I guess the only thing is, yeah, so, yeah, he doesn't have Pudge for 2 spring a leaks. And how did he get back down to 12? He played 1 GotEm. So maybe I'm missing something. But all right, so let's see how this all plays out. All right, so 4 cards. I think I want penguins and removal back under my deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what was the net here? So now we're not going to be able to play PurpleMegaPenguin and MoonlitPenguin. And so the question is, do we want to play both? Which one we want to play next turn? But we got another Phosphorus Penguin. All right, Unlikely Friends. So the question is, can we afford to ice 8 cards? And I think the answer is yes. Yeah, because we can just play Bunkus next turn. Okay, yeah, that's actually really good for us that this happened. So this is, again, I think I'm on a bit of a warpath saying that Unlikely Friends is a really, really bad card because it gives the other person agency to decide what they want to do, which means that they're always going to take the option that makes more sense for the specific situation. And I think that gets made worse by the situation here where we have Penguin with Hoops, which just gives me so many cards. And so in this situation, right, we're going to play Bunkus. All right, so we're going to play Bunkus probably for the full 12 cards. So we'll play Phosphorus Penguin to get the Have a Philosophical Debate. Then I think we'll play Moonlit. No. We'll play the Wizard because we want more. Yeah, we'll play the Wizard and then we'll play Bunkus. Okay, so we're going to do all 12. And we have to make sure to leave at least 1 minion. We'll leave Cooking Minion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait. 11, 12. So I didn't even realize there was another Bunkus. I should have checked that because it would have been way better to play the one for my ice. But the reason I didn't cancel to do that was just because I was worried about running out of time. And I think I'm so far ahead in the game that the risk of bricking this turn because I run out of time is worse than playing the wrong one. All right, so they're going to play Misplace. I don't know what card they picked. But it wasn't Have a Philosophical Debate, I guess? All right, so let me play. It's probably Bunkus that they picked. So let me play this. And let's just get rid of. So let's get rid of let's just get rid of a Wizard Penguin. And the reason we were getting rid of the Wizard Penguin is because I actually think the Penguin with Hoops are better for us than for them. Because as we cycle through the deck, the Purple Recycler deck is just meant to draw cards. And so now they're just doing part of part of our deck's job for us. So I don't really worry about that. We're going to have to get rid of the misplace. And so I think we're going to do it now. Yeah, so we'll do it now before they draw, just to try to reduce the chance that they will get, that they're going to get a spring a leak. But I don't. Yeah, so that's to prevent them from getting a spring of leak. Now, what I'm really worried about is if they got like multiple misplaces. Okay, so yeah, this is why one of the challenges with Adventure Squad is that it's very easy to counter by doing something like the GotEm. And I'm a little concerned that if they get 3 misplace out to basically hit all of our removal, then we'll be in trouble. But it could be still a while. All right, so let's send back to our deck. Let's send back the, basically, well, yeah, let's send back both pieces of removal. Okay. So now we're looking like this. All right, so we're going to tie the vibe check. I think at this point we want to keep the Baron the rest of the game, just because we benefit from having, like, we have so many cards in hand that we're never going to not have stuff to play. So we want the extra rod to really try to just close this game out. And then also, especially if I mismanage my ice and they can play Send It Too Hard, I don't want to be in the situation where I don't have a lot of rods to rebuild easily. Okay, so we'll be able to draw more cards here. All right, so option 1. So I think we should just go for the win this turn. And that would look like, yeah, so do we have enough to play? Yeah, so I think we can do Phosphorus again. Let's just get our ice super down. We'll play Moonlit. And PenguinWhoosOK is not very useful in this matchup at all. So that can become a rod. And then we'll play PenguinWhoRunstheLift. Okay, so in this situation, right now we're going to win the game because we have 15 and we have a 6 vibe relative to their 6 vibe. We have 1 piece of removal, but if we have a philosophical debate, our Bunkus might lose vibe and then we wouldn't win the vibe check. So I really don't actually want to do that. I do wonder, I could have played the Mega Penguin. No, because then I couldn't have, because the Mega Penguin also would have made me need to ice a penguin. So I think we can wait like this. But I can't get rid of misplace with have a philosophical debate because I don't have enough in my ice. But either way, I think we're in a really good situation. Maybe they will have a removal for Bunkus. If they do that, then we will counter removal the misplace. But let's see. And we also have some card draw with ChangePerspective, and we're going to draw 3 cards with Penguin with Hoops, probably. So it's really a matter of just getting all our cards played from our hand, because he's going to just keep making us draw more and more and more and more cards. So let's see what happens here, but I think there's a good chance we'll be able to close this out. I guess the one Bedtime Story would definitely end this game for us. Or not end this game for us. Bedtime Story would make us go to an additional turn. Because Bedtime Story is also really good against Bunkus, just because it scales exactly with Bunkus. So I think Bedtime Story is a really nice removal for Bunkus. However, all right, so the question is, do I want to play ChangePerspective? And I think I probably do, just because I want to have more cards to deal with what might come next. And ChangePerspective also will put 1 more card in my ice, which means that my Bunkus can theoretically become 8 vibe, or maybe even 10 vibe, depending on how the groupings go. So let's see what options we have. So this is one of the really nice things about ChangePerspective is situations like this, where it's late in the game and I don't need card advantage, So it lets me really pick the perfect card out of 3. So let's see what how they do the groupings and what the options are. So yeah, I think I'm going to take group 1 because I do really want this Adventure Squad. So the Mega Penguin is nice, but I already have one in my hand. So yeah, okay, so now, and it's kind of nice now because Bunkus is 8 vibe, so I'm winning the vibe check. So now they might have a bedtime story. So if they have a bedtime story, they'll get rid of Bunkus. But then I can just Adventure Squad Misfortune, and I should still win the game, I think. Well, should I do that or should I? Yeah, because I have a philosophical debate here. I have 6 cards in my ice. I have a really big hand. I don't really need more cards. Yeah, I think we'll do this. All right, so let's pay 2 Pudge. Because, yeah, if I did, well, I could use MoonlitPenguin as the other half of the Adventure Squad target to play around GotEm. So I don't know. I think Adventure Squad, I also don't see a way where that wouldn't work. But, all right, so he's going to go for some sort of, all right, so now we could, maybe we should Adventure Squad the Penguin with Hoops. Because they're going to win. Well, no, because then, yeah, if we Adventure Squad the Penguin with Hoops, which one was it? It was this one, okay. So we'll use you. And yeah, let's make sure I get the right one. So it's this one. And we'll pay 2 Pudge. So that should make the what a twist not matter. So yeah, okay, so now we're still in a situation to win the game. However, now I've given him the opening that if he uses GotEm on this Phosphorus Penguin, the game will go on for 1 more turn. But okay, he doesn't do that. Here's already 3 all 4 GotEms are in the ice. So that even isn't happening. Okay, so 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, so we'll leave CookingPenguin and Bunkus. So okay, so we're at 14. All right, I must have messed something up because the Penguin of Hoops didn't get removed because of Adventure Squad. So I think that might be a bug, or maybe I missed something. So let me make a bug report for this. Penguin with Hoops not removed by. So anyway, I think that was a bug, although maybe I'm missing something. It's happened to me before where I missed something about the game state. So, but okay, so we're still in a great position here. So I think this is the turn we want to do Mega Penguin. So I think we'll do Mega Penguin. We'll get rid of Phosphorus Penguin. And we'll get back the Phosphorus Penguin. We'll play the GotEm as a rod, and we'll play the Phosphorus Penguin again. We'll get back to have a philosophical debate. Okay. So the reason we like Mega Penguin here is it has 6 vibe. And the reason we play Phosphorus Penguin again is just to get 1 more piece of removal. I am kind of in the situation now, though, where if he played something really big, I don't really have a good answer for it because my ice is pretty empty. So it's I've kind of run into the situation where I've maybe been too aggressive at keeping my ice low. All right, so misplace. I wonder what, yeah, I wish there was a way to see what misplace is picking. But it wasn't have a philosophical debate. So let's just wait here. Because, right, we have 6 for their 6. They probably picked Bunkus, is my guess. And so another Adventure Squad wouldn't be bad just to take care of the misplace. So let's look at their deck. Okay, so they're at 23. So I think there's a question, like, is there a point where we're going to deck them? But I don't think so. I think we just try to win on board. We'll want to take care of the misplace. And so one way we could take care of it, because we need 6 cards, is we have 3 GotEms. So we can get 3 more cards into our ice easily. But let's see first what we draw from these Penguin with Hoops. Because technically we're still going to win the game as the position stands right now. So I would prefer just to let everything sit and, you know, put the onus on them to do something. And I also think, right, the way that this blue deck generally works is send it too hard. So are they playing send it too hard? It's also not clear that I haven't seen a single one of those. So, well, I guess how would I see it though? Because I'm not putting cards in their ice. So those are probably all rods if they had them, or in the hand. But yeah, so we play. So if they play send it too hard, then I would be in a position where, yeah. Well, they can't play it, right? Because there's no way they're ever going to be able to play send it too hard. And the reason for that is I have 2 philosophical debates, and I'm going to make my ice basically have nothing in it after this turn. So, but anyway, so I could do all 3 GotEms to then be able to have a philosophical debate. But I do have, okay, I just drew Adventure Squad. So I think I would do that instead. So let's, again, but we're still winning. So we just pass, see what they do. But yeah, so we could do Adventure Squad on something else, or Adventure Squad on Misplace, and then have a philosophical debate on something else. We definitely want to play this turn if we don't end up winning this turn, just because it's, value from ProsperousPenguin to remove something from their board. I mean, we're at 16, so I don't really see a world where we're ever not going to win if we win the vibe check. I guess if we used all of our GotEms this turn, we would be back down to 13. But I think at this point, we don't have to do that. So they're going to do Bedtime Story. So I think in response, we're going to do Adventure Squad. Okay, so we're going to pick, last time I did a ProsperousPenguin and it caused problems. So let me do the Moonlit anyway. And the reason we do the Moonlit is just so that GotEm can't get the Moonlit, although I believe all 4 GotEms are in the ice. So it doesn't, in this situation, it doesn't matter, but I think it's just good practice that, in general, you want to use MoonlitPenguin if you can, because of the existence of GotEm. I guess you could say, because all 4 GotEms are in their ice, maybe it's better to use a 2 vibe penguin, just so that if they have a different removal spell, like another Bedtime Story, I would rather the MoonlitPenguin survive. So, okay. All right, so Unlikely Friends, exactly. So in this situation, I would have been better to do BrainyPenguin. However, I'm just going to let them ice cards. And again, this shows me another example of where Unlikely Friends is just not a good card. So I know I'm very harsh on that card. But yeah, I just don't see it being good. So, all right, so they're going to do What a Twist. All right, so now we will use, so What a Twist is on that one. So now we'll have a philosophical debate on this Penguin with Hoops. And we'll use, yeah, so that, we'll take care of that. Just because, yeah, we don't want, why do we even care if this gets unflopped? I guess just to prevent them from drawing another card. Although I don't think it really matters. So maybe that was a bit overkill. Yeah, so maybe we should have played that, let that play out. Okay, so anyway. So our ice is going to be completely empty, and we're going to lose both our Bunkus. So it's a little sad, but Misplace was blocking our Bunkus anyway. So yeah, but either way, I think we're good. I think we're going to win the game now. So overall, I think this is a really, really good matchup for this deck, just because they're really focused on playing Spring a Leak, or not Spring a Leak, Send It Too Hard, the board clear. And yeah, we just never, we have so many tools for keeping our ice clean that it's really difficult for them to kind of take control of the game. Cool. So I think that was a good game, and yeah, let's jump into one more game for this session. All right, jumping into our second game. So hopefully we're not going to play the blue icing deck again, just because that's a very good matchup for this deck, and I don't want to. I want to have a bit of a tighter matchup here. All right, so we have the best start, which is PenguinWhoosOK into BrainyPenguin. One thing to keep in mind with here is you don't end up with a lot of cards. Okay, so Mega Penguin is too expensive. CookingPenguin, should we keep it to get rid of with BrainyPenguin? I think so. I think we want good cards to throw away with BrainyPenguin. And then MoonlitPenguin, yeah, is as good of a card as we can have. So something that I've that to think about is when you have a BrainyPenguin hand, there's just not a lot of cards that are going to be on the other side of BrainyPenguin, because you need three rods and then discard 2 cards. So that's actually my entire hand already. So we'll play Moonlit just because we definitely want to prioritize keeping in the hand cards that get discarded with CookingPenguin, or cards that get discarded with BrainyPenguin. So we'll want to make sure that we have that. So when we play BrainyPenguin, yeah, so CookingPenguin definitely is one of the cards we'll discard with BrainyPenguin. Now, I think we're going to play Super Greedy here, and we will play both PenguinWhoosOK before we play BrainyPenguin. But we'll see. Let's see what we draw. Okay, Bunkus. Okay, so Bunkus. I think we'll play Bunkus as a rod. We can always get Bunkus back later if we need Bunkus. There's all these effects to pull rods from the ice into the ice, and it's having it in the ice can also make it, if this is a blue deck, you know, Jealous Penguin and Misplace can get at it. So I think having it as a rod is kind of a safe place for it to be. Plus, yeah, so I guess the counterpoint is that would have been a good discard with BrainyPenguin. All right, so we're playing green. So green is one of those games where it's just remove everything. So the question is, are they going to GotEm? They're not going to GotEm. So since they don't have GotEm, I think we'll end up just going for the super greedy play. All right, Chase Your Dreams, perfect. Okay, that's a really good card. Oh, they go first. Okay, so if they're playing, well, I don't even know what we're worried about. Okay, so we want removal. And the other thing with green is green Mega Penguin. What's our plan against green Mega Penguin? And since we don't have any board clears, the only way we can deal with green Mega Penguin is to have a penguin that's bigger than it. And the only penguin we have that can be bigger than it is Bunkus. So to beat green Mega Penguin, we just need a giant Bunkus. So okay, so I think I feel good. We're gonna play this super greedy. And part of the reason to play greedy is to hope to get another good card to discard with BrainyPenguin. So as I think about this, I kind of am maybe regretting putting Bunkus down, although we have OverwhelmWithKnowledge, so we'll be able to get Bunkus back either way. GotEm is pretty much a dead card in this matchup. So unless maybe there's a Wizard Penguin or a supportive friend or something, but I think in general, not going to be the most useful card. So it's good as a rod. Okay, so do we want to actually play? Yeah, we want to save OverwhelmWithKnowledge to play the front half of it too, because when we play the front half, we get 2 triggers off of PenguinWhoosOK. So I think that's something that we need to keep in mind. So okay, so what would we get rid of here? So PenguinWhoRunstheLift, I think we want to keep, just because it's going to be 8-5 in no time. And against green, right, we're not going to be able to remove everything that they have. Plus, because they have Sketching Penguin, if we win a vibe check, or even tie a vibe check, Sketching Penguin ices itself. So all we need to do is tie the vibe check. Ooh, and it's a Swordsman. Okay, so Swordsman is high priority to get rid of, because they're going to win the vibe check with this. So I really want some removal. Although there's nothing we can do about Swordsman this turn anyway. So this could spiral quick. Oh, we have AdventureSquad. Okay, so So we'll be able to get rid of the swordsman, but it might take multiple turns. Okay, so let's start with BrainyPenguin, and like we said, okay, so we definitely, but not because I have swordsman. I think we need to prioritize. Well, no, okay, we definitely need to. I think we'll get rid of the OverwhelmWithKnowledge and the CookingPenguin just because I have swordsman. We need to get 2 Pudge to play AdventureSquad. So I think that's but we could play AdventureSquad next turn. So maybe, yeah, maybe we will do it like this. No. I want to make sure to play 2 penguins next turn, so to get rid of the swordsman. Okay. So, and then here, we'll play ChangePerspective as a rod. I just don't see a world where we're going to be able to get to 3 Pudge for a while, just because we're only at 1. We're going to have to AdventureSquad next turn. And in case we draw because we're going to probably overwhelm with knowledge this turn, so we're going to go back down to 2 rods, because I do want to get the Bunkus out. So let's see. So yeah, so there's nothing we can do about swordsman this turn. But next turn, yeah, so I think we'll let the brainy... no, we should let a PenguinWhoosOK go, I think. Because then we can play 2 PenguinWhoRunstheLift next turn. Yeah, so we're going to let a PenguinWhoosOK go. So the question is, do we do the Overwhelm with Knowledge now? And I think the answer is yes. Because we want to just get the extra trigger off of the PenguinWhoosOK, and we're going to let the Ornate Swordsman take out a PenguinWhoosOK. So then, next turn, we really want to have 2 PenguinWhoRunstheLift and the BrainyPenguin out, so we can AdventureSquad the Ornate Swordsman, and then have PenguinWhoRunstheLift win the vibe check. All right, so we draw another AdventureSquad. So I think we might as well cycle that as well. And I'm starting to think we're going to play Bunkus as well next turn. But if we play Bunkus, then we don't... The PenguinWhoRunstheLift won't get activated. Which is... And how big is Bunkus going to be? Well, let's just do another... Let's do this now. Because we're going to get another 2 cards. Like... So we'll have... We're going to have... Yeah, Bunkus is going to be free, for sure. And so, yeah, so I think we play Bunkus. Because we're going to have 17 and we're going to draw 4 more cards. So then maybe we let the... BrainyPenguin go, because we're going to actually play Bunkus this turn. So then we can still do our play with 3 Pudge. But in that case, Bunkus is going to be the thing that wins the vibe check. Right? And is Bunkus going to... Yeah, Bunkus will be plenty big. So let's actually do it like this. Because we're going to get... Because now we're going to get 4 more cards in. Yeah, so we're going to... Yeah, so we're going to have a very large Bunkus. Then we're going to be able to do AdventureSquad. I think the one thing that could get in our way is a Popcorn Penguin here. Because we can use the Moonlit as one of our 2 penguins, which I think we will do now. Just because then if something happens, we still have a 4 vibe. But I think, yeah, so if they play Popcorn and take out an AdventureSquad, or take out the PenguinWhoRunstheLift, it could be bad. But I also think that, from their perspective, they'll probably be wanting to take out PenguinWhoosOK. Okay, so the Swordsman is actually not going to be a problem for us anymore, because they have this 10 Pudge. So I think it's good that we chose to preserve the PenguinWhoosOK. So, okay, so what should the rod be? I think we'll play the other Bunkus as the rod. I'm sure we're going to be able to get it back if we want, because I think there's a CookingPenguin anyway. Okay, so we'll play... Okay, so actually we can play both. We can play the lift, because they're going to activate since we have so many cards in our ice. All right, so we need to move 12 cards, and we want to prioritize keeping minions back, but we want this still in there. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, 12. Okay, I'm not really sure. I wish I had more time. Okay, the fact that Bunkus ended up as a 14 is interesting, because now the sketching penguin is going to be able, we're going to be able to tie the vibe check. So there's a chance we just won't do anything here, maybe, and we'll just let the vibe check resolve, because the sketching penguin is going to end up not winning. The ornate swordsman is not going to be able to get value. Okay, cool. So we ended up winning, I think. Yeah, anyway. There is yeah, I think either way we were in a really strong position. All right, so yeah, so thanks for watching. Yeah, and if you like this type of content, please subscribe. And I think to just give a little more information about the types of videos that I'm planning on making moving forward, is there's going to be 3 main categories. There's going to be deck guide videos where I have a polished deck where I go through each of the different cards of the deck, the mulligans, strategies, etc., and then play some games. There's going to be videos more like this, which I'm calling the gameplay video series. And that's really just about taking a deck I've already made a deck guide for and just playing more games with it. And then there's going to be the series called the deck design, where I'm really working on a deck that's much more raw and not really figured out yet. And so that one is, you're going to learn much more about my deck building process with those type of videos. So yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.